Stand to MechWarriors, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech as we continue the campaigns of Rippers, Rumblers, and we have updated. That's right, we're on version .999 War Crimes. The introduction of things such as fast cam mines and other terrible, crazy things that we are going to hopefully avoid. Setting forests on fire, new mechs, new systems, TSM that actually works the way that TSM was always supposed to work. It's glorious, frankly, and I'm going to be enjoying every single second of it. It has been, however, about 3-ish months since our last mission. The main reason, of course, because there are a couple of growing pains with version .999, and one of them is because they introduced a whole host of new actuators. Every single mech that you had to be put into storage and then brought out of storage and then rebuilt. And that takes a while and a lot of cash. So I polled the community recently and asked them how they wanted me to do it, and the couple of options were to grind out a ton of C-bills, to use a save editor to get C-bills, to restart the campaign, or to just ignore the update. And ignore the update was frankly out. Even if everybody had voted for that, I would have ignored that then. Restarting did get a couple of votes. Not too many though. Most people seem pretty attached to the Rumblers, and that feels so good to know that there were quite a few people who were like, yeah, we want to see the story of the Rumblers. We don't want to leave them just yet. There was a couple of people who actually did say grind out the C-bills and then update, but most everybody, I'd say about 90%, was like, dude, use the save editor, don't be an idiot. So that's exactly what we did. We went through, used J-Wolf's save editor, as can be found on the Nexus, gave ourselves 100 million C-bills, and then we just proceeded to process through the months as we repaired and refit every single one of our mechs. There were a couple of mechs, unfortunately, that don't actually work in the current version. They didn't have enough critical slots, and so those had to be modified slightly, but pretty much every mech is mostly where it used to be, just with a couple of minor tweaks to it here and there to satisfy the new system, like there are no more hands that I can equip, which was a bit odd. And yeah, so we're going down on the first mission of our brand new, I can't call it a brand new campaign, but our recent refit. And today's mission shall be Stop the Signal. We require a small but overwhelming military strike to infiltrate Capellan territory and disable the communications facility. As prelude to hostile actions elsewhere here on Slocum, it's imperative that the Capellan network goes offline to remove their ability to coordinate a response. This will pay 290,100 C-bills with a maximum salvage of 3 priority of 13 total and 2.5 skull mission. So let's drop down on these boys and give them a little taste of our brand new heavy metal. It's not really new. Well, some of it actually is new on this lance. So it is an assault base. 2.5 skulls, those start to get a little bit concerning. But say hello back to our lance. We currently have Hammer once again in his hatchetman. As you can see, slightly modified. He dropped one of his medium pulses to get an ER medium pirate laser. And apparently there's a new tag slot, or at least I hadn't noticed a support slot on the hatchetman, but apparently there is one now. And so we used the tonnage freed from not having a pulse laser by putting an ER medium pirate laser onto it to throw a tag onto it as well, which synergizes lovingly. So very happy with that one. Increased his firepower quite, apparently it's up to 9999. I don't quite believe that, but we'll see as time moves on. And we changed his light autocannon 5 ammo from standard to precision ammo, just to give it a little bit more of a buff there. He's lost his TSM because TSM now takes critical slots and he didn't have enough in order to actually handle that, although everything else about this mech is pretty much the same as far as I can remember. Ripper is in his Centurion. As you can see, it is missing a laser. I don't know why, but apparently it's one slot short, but it's a couple of slots short, and so I had to remove, I believe it was the ferrofibrous armor from this in order to actually fit in the LBX autocannon. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but it seemed a bit odd. It's a bit unfortunate, but all he really lost at the end of the day was a single medium laser, which we swapped out his other medium laser for an ER for a little bit more damage. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, considering most of his damage came from his Valiant missile launchers, which now have to properly use Artemis ammo in order to get the buff from his Artemis 4 targeting system, which will be a little bit of an interesting thing. Witness has brought the Shadowhawk, but he's brought a new Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk we've been working on, we talked about it in the last episode about what sort of things we wanted to do. It was originally going to have 2 SRM-6 mounts, but then I realized there was an MRM-30, and I was stupidly talking about how I was going to have an MRM-30 with the Artemis missile bonus. That doesn't work. When I immediately after the episode I tried putting on it, immediately said, no, you cannot use Artemis 4 with an MRM, but it does have improved MRM ammo. And then it also has an improved missile damage fire control computer, which means each one of these MRMs, of which it fires 30, deals 5 damage. Yeah, at a +1 accuracy thanks to the improved ammunition. That's pretty nice. As you can see, by the way, that medium laser pluses and pluses and all that, those have been changed. They now have names. So if there's a named one, this would be a former version of a plus or a plus or whatever version of it. They also are a little bit more toasty. And lasers apparently don't seem to have the innate accuracy bonus, or maybe they do. Okay, so they do. And these Exostar ones just have an additional +1 on top of that. So that's good. And then Exodus is in our good old-fashioned Disco Shadowhawk, which is pretty much unchanged as far as I can recall. I think I swapped out a couple of the pluses for just standard medium lasers so that I could save a little bit of heat on them because it was a little bit toasty. But other than that, everything should be fine. All right, so let us finally get actually involved in combat because that's what we all came here to see. So let's rush into battle as quick as we can. Oh, by the way, things like Supercharger and Mask, those now need to be activated. So they have a chance of blowing up parts on your mech. A little bit scary once you stop to think about it. So without thinking any more on that, let's make sure that we can wipe out this enemy as quickly as possible. We gotta, of course, change this. I know for a fact that I gave... There you go. Okay, so it's the left side now, apparently. So we're changing this out for clusters, because clusters do more in total. Let's blast away at this hardened turret chassis and see if we can't take it out. Wow, okay, that was a little bit weird. 12 hits from AMS? Ooh, so apparently he has an AMS on board, which is starting to shoot down. Got a ghost off in the corner who is packing a metric ton of X-pulses. What are you? Because you have just nicked up my Centurion pretty roughly, and I thought we weren't allowed to shoot each other on the first turn. You're a Griffin, or at least you look like a Griffin. That's not necessarily a guarantee that it is a Griffin, so let's go and find out exactly what it is we're getting involved in. Accuracy of the VSPL is 24. How about if I sprinted a little bit more into range? Took a altitude advantage on that top. I can get everything in range, but it's not going to do a heck of a lot of damage, unfortunately. We are a bit trapped here. So, do you have a fusion? No, you don't. You just have a standard 275 rated fusion core. If I set up over here, I've got a fairly decent shot with the VSPL, but I really kind of want to get on top of him. And we also don't want to be too much in the forest right now, although I would like to get into the forest, so that'd be nice. Fire away! Okay, I'm going to have to turn off that speed mod because it's a little bit much. Alright, so continue to pepper away at that turret because I was slightly more worried about it. This ghost is scary because that looked like an X-Pulse large. And now we got a ton of missiles coming in for us, so that's a little bit unfortunate. The Centurion taking quite a bit of damage on this one. His arm is almost chewed through already. Hammer needs to get underway, and Hammer will, of course, need to turn on his supercharger. So we're going to have to figure this out. How do you do this again? Trying to remember exactly how this works. No. Well, we'll figure it out later. Because I kind of need to get sort of on top of the enemy as soon as possible. That's going to require us to move quickly. What are we dealing with over here? It's a Kintaro. Interesting. We don't normally run into Kintaros. That's pretty cool. Keep the fire going down on this turret over here. We want to make sure that we keep up the fire and maybe break it. Target acquired and detected. Unfortunately, it's not dead, which is pretty terrifying. It is a hardened turret chassis, so maybe that's exactly what I should be expecting. But I was kind of hoping for something a little bit better. Let's open fire with our MRMs. Maybe 150 damage will convince him to die. So open fire with everything. And there we go. Okay, so that did take it out as the stream of medium range missiles just annihilates it. That did require a lot of firepower, but now we've cleared that out, so hopefully it can't protect people nearby him. And a trebuchet, so very laser intensive trebuchet, blasting all over the place. Managed to nick the hatchetman but not kill it. Got more incoming missile fire, probably from another turret. A couple more hits. Chaff caught. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Blinding flares on us, so he's not going to be very accurate at all. And thunderbolts. And as you can see, it's starting to cause damage all around here. If he had been sitting in the forest, there would be a chance to light that on fire. The hatchetman just under so much fire, really relying on its gyro and its evasion in order to try and survive all of this incoming damage. We've got a whole bunch of turrets around here. This is somewhat concerning. I'm not going to lie. Kintaro moving on forward. Open fire with his medium lasers and his missiles. Hatchetman's really starting to take some damage here. That's unfortunate. We got to get him underway. Luckily, he is up for the challenge. Let's get running over here. Ooh, we'll take additional damage if we do this. Can I afford to? Can I afford not to? +4 difficulty to hit units passing through the spore cloud. So I'll take more damage, but also be harder to hit. Yeah, we'll do it. Alright, let's see if we can't remove the ghost from the equation as fast as possible. Okay, they've got multiple units protecting the facility. That's basically Darius telling us for reinforcements. This scene's censored for children. And there goes half of his mech. That's an engine destroyed result, but I'm not sure if he's actually dead or not. Do you have an XL engine? I can't see. We'll know in a moment. Okay, he's very much dead. So I've taken out 25% of the garrison already. Exodus, it is time to get you on the move. Unfortunately, oh, there's going to be a lot of incoming fire. It's going to be painful tonight. How about if I shoot over here? Not great. A little bit better, actually. Get in the middle of the water. Or I could focus on the turret. It's only standard turret chassis over there. So, standard turret, and Calliope. Okay, that's probably where that came from. I can get everything to fire at this. I might be able to cause enough damage to kill it. Well, 42 is not exactly something that I'd call reliable, though. I think we want to keep our distance just a little bit longer. Oh, crap. We saw something off on the left. It's a Hetzer. Because of course it is. You wanted to introduce an AC-20 weapon into the game, didn't you? A whole bunch of military buildings we don't care about. Hi, Kentaro. I think I actually am going to shoot at you. Let's shut off the medium pulse, because it'll keep us nice and chill. Open fire. Give this Kentaro a piece of our mind. A whole bunch of blasts all over the place. Couple of hits from the VSPL. Not terrible. And Witness's Shadowhawk shall move up to support in the best way that Witness knows how. Kentaro, you're about to hit. Hopefully a lot of missiles on this one. Couple of the medium lasers were able to impact, and then just a ton of shots. Apparently he has an AMS as well. He shot down several of them. So we're currently fighting through his defenses at that point. I could shoot at you with a cluster, but I'd rather have a direct line of sight. Will that do it? That'll do it. So we'll move over here. Keep the fire going down to the Kentaro for now. And start to get some penetrating hits. Critted his ammunition, but didn't blow it up. That's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping to explode it. So 8 from 12 hit by AMS. Oh wow, so he's shooting down most of our SRMs. So we basically got to flood him with the MRM or nothing at all. Got a Stinger soaring on in, opening fire, managing to get a hit on the Hatchet Man. Hopefully that's not going to be indicative of many people able to get hits on the Hatchet Man, because I'd like to avoid that if at all possible. Hatchet Man, of course, if he can hit a turret now, I don't know if that's possible yet. I'd like him to. Okay, opening fire, hitting the Centurion, just laying into him. I got to turn this right arm away because we're down to 7 armor, and it contains a cannon that I kind of need. Calliope turret, opening fire on the Hatchman. Doesn't look like it actually managed to connect on that one. So lucky for us. He's still suffering from the effects of his blinding cloud. And the Shadowhawk is getting, well, I can't say it minced. Ooh, that's terrible. Blinding flare right now, especially on that one. Can I axe turrets yet? I cannot. I'd hope. I really did. Okay, here's the problem. I've got to axe him. I am passing through the cloud, though, so maybe that'll support me a little bit. Hit him with an axe, please. Don't miss. I need this to hit. Okay, it did. Lovely. Tore off half the mech as well. And do you have... Well, we poked him. Is that going to be enough to knock you over? No, it's not, but it was still pretty amusing. Okay, Witness. We, of course, are going to shift our fire just a little bit. Spore Field, I don't want to take the extra damage. I'm not interested in getting more damage than I have to take. So, hi, Kentaro, you're vulnerable, but I gotta focus on the guy who's about to fall over. Blast him! So, he's slamming him with the MRMs. That's a knockdown on that one. He's on his back at this point. He is very much open. All we need is just a little bit more firepower to tear off the other side. That MRM working wonders despite the blinding cloud. Incoming autocannon fire. Doesn't look like it connected. We've got to deal with this Hetzer at some point. I just don't want to have to fight it right now. We've got a Vedette NETC. Not sure what that is, actually. I know what a Vedette is. I just don't know what the NETC is. Okay. So we have a little bit of a target problem here. We're going to turn more in this direction to try and shield this right arm a bit. So the problem is that I need to kill both the Trebuchet and the Kentaro. And the Kentaro I'm not going to be able to penetrate his AMS, but luckily I can split fire and shoot my weapons that Ooh, is he still... He's still shooting him down! Oh, I should not have done that then. Damage reduction still not getting through. So you still have half your missiles. Holy crap! Is that the Vedette ATC? I find that somewhat unbelievable. So we've got some pretty serious vehicles over here. Oh no, it's a Black Knight. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Right, let's pull Exodus away from that side. I don't want to have to deal with it at the moment. And we'll continue to focus on him. Tear off his arm if you don't mind. VS, well, yeah, go. Should be enough, unless you know every single one of the medium lasers hits or misses. And then we tore off his other shoulder. And are you dead? Panic level's critical. He doesn't have a weapon anymore. He can kick people. There is that. Okay, so that's a lot of fire. Just a ton of fire incoming. I gotta get circled around away from that because it's not working for me. Hardened point defense. I didn't quite give enough respect for these turrets, and that is becoming very clear. A 2.5 skull mission maybe not have been for us. Unless that's another Black Knight. Okay, we got a kick coming in from Kintaro. Managed to hit us. 47 damage? Are you kidding me? It's a Kintaro. It's designed to sling missiles and just about nothing else. We've got to get this sucker on the move. He cannot stand here this slowly this turn. Especially, jeez, he's really getting peppered apart. 2.5 skull base assault mission. Probably not the most clever idea that I ever had. That's rather scary. What in the world am I looking at? Hit lots of medium laser fire coming down on the hatchman, but probably able to avoid... Oh, I know why it was. He probably did 30 damage plus the additional damage from the spore cloud. That makes too much sense. Okay. Can't do much about this. This turret is just going to blitz into us. This support force is a hoplite? Oh god. This support force is more than a little ridiculous. It's rather terrifying, and the Centurion is still taking all this damage. Jeez, how many more chaff shots do you got, man? More fire coming down on the Hatchetman. Hopefully his armor's able to hold up. It does look like it is actually working. I really wish that my Hatchetman could just walk up and bash the turret. Okay, that was not good. We got hit by 2 missiles. 2 50 damage missiles, and his armor's still holding up, which is kind of amazing, actually. You have no arms. Good, you gave up.
What can I do for you?
Honestly, we gotta deal with these turrets, and we gotta deal with them hard. Like, we're not gonna survive another round of shooting from all these turrets. But we're also not gonna survive from all these heavy mechs. I wasn't expecting quite this much. Blow up in this turret, please. Just everything you've got. Hopefully, maybe a third of that. He took out 55 damage that he didn't end up taking because of that. Why can I not axe you? You deserve to be axed. Pop over here. It's 55, it's 61. That's really not good enough to make this work. We need to come up with a better plan. What's your armor? 275. That's the standard turret chassis at this point. You are down to 80 health at this point, which I can provide with the Hatchman.
Good to go.
So, yeah, let's rush on over here. By the way, how much do we do? 162. Isn't that lovely? Rush on over here. So, one, we're building a little bit of defense going on this one.
On it.
And we are protecting our left side from them, although we are exposing it to the other side. Tear apart this turret, please. I need it gone. Thank you. I don't want to deal with that. So, 2 of the 4 turrets are down. We've got to take out 2 more.
Standing by.
Exodus, you've got an opportunity basically to walk up behind this guy and fill him full of lead. At least that would be the way that I would describe it. Oh, no, he's facing us. How about him? Yeah, you could do that, but he's not really dangerous. The Kintaro, surprisingly, is just incredibly evasive at the moment, which is rather stunning. I'm going to walk right up here. Not you. Yes, you, unfortunately. I'm not going to hit anything with this. How much armor you got left? You're almost shedding it, so... Pulsed on? Pulsed on! Rock and roll! Come on, I just need a couple of good hits. Just... Okay, more than 1. I said a couple. For once, I actually meant it. Can I get into the forest? That's the other question. I can, and that'll actually get me behind the Kintaro, which is not necessarily a good thing. But again, it's also not necessarily a bad thing. Jeez, that Kintaro is just Oh yeah, because it's the spore cloud. I gotta remember that. My right side is incredibly vulnerable to damage right now. I do not want to take it. Gotta remove this Kintaro from the equation. I don't really have any good tools to do it. Hi, buddy. I could start shooting the... No, the turret's actually fully... It's 265. I do, according to this, 69 damage. I don't quite believe that, but hey. But I would not shoot it down. It's probably got an AMS in here somewhere, too. This Kintaro, the main problem is getting in to get through his AMS system. But if I can do it... Oh, that did it. Okay, Kintaro's up. We got lucky on that one. So our LB autocannon... Oh, because... So LBX autocannons now, in this version, you have to be at a specific range before it becomes an LBX... before it becomes a cluster round. So it fires as a slug, and then once it hits a certain range, it becomes the... Well, it splits into the cluster, which is the reason why he completely chunked out that armor. We got lucky on the hit, and then it annihilated him. So, did very well there. So we've taken out half of the enemy forces, and at this point he's a zombie. He's got basically no weapons. He can walk up and kick us, which will hurt and suck, but we can kind of deal with that. And him, who's got a couple of medium lasers, and I think is probably a lamb at this point, just based on how much he's leaping around. Please don't do that! Of all the things you could have done, please don't do that. Please very much stop that. So, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck on about 5 different levels. Yeah, because he lost 4 pips of evasion from that, and now he's just getting murdered. Yeah, it was. We've got a bit of a problem here now. Did not respect the 2.5 skull, and now it is trying to very much screw me. Please tell me you're not the Black Knight. You're the Vedette, okay. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me! He didn't hit me good. It's terrifying. Alright, are we good? More missiles coming in. Armor's almost gone. We cannot survive much more of that. Especially not if we get hit by that bullcrap. No, seriously, that's crap. Alright, Exodus. There is one and only one target. And that's that thing. And I am fully expecting I'm going to have to cook this in order to actually do it. Walk right up to it. We got to get good accuracy on this. I don't care about anything else right now. That thing's gotta die. And we're gonna cook it. Please don't miss 2 of an 83% chance to hit. That is kind of bull. Override successful. Good, we're happy on that one. Enemy movement coming off from the side. Unfortunately, our hatchetman has been pretty badly beaten up, and he's almost out of defenses at this point. I'm going to be charging a hoplite. It's only a 55-ton mech. It looks like a king crab, though. And so that's always a little bit scary. And also, we're about to lose half of our Centurion at this point, because he's got 15. And that's holding on everything important, frankly, from this mech. Oh, that's holding on the cannon. That's holding on all of his ammunition. He has a case there, so if it explodes, we won't die. But I'm not a happy camper. Hammer, get underway. Thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Full speed. Got it. You get right on top of him. Oh, thank you. And you ripped off nothing. His arm was useless, but you did tag him. So maybe he will be afraid of that. We've got to move up. We've already started working on that turret chassis, so we will continue to focus on that turret chassis. This particular Shadowhawk is relatively undamaged. You should be able to kill it. You've got all the power in the world to do it. Yes, MRMs. All the MRMs. Yeah, we got one more turret to worry about, and so we're going to desperately hope to avoid that. But if I show my back to him, he's going to rip me apart, and I don't want to deal with that. Oh, I can't sprint. Shoot. Is it worth ignoring him for a round? If I get shot in the back, I'm not going to survive. If I get shot on the right side of the mech, I'm not going to survive either. Show me just the very much as best I can. We went through the spore cloud. That'll give us a little bit of protection here. And if I go standard, slug is 27. Yeah, hit him with a cluster. Okay, he ejected, so we got most of a trebuchet for whatever that's worth to you. Okay, we got more movement coming from over here. And it's a Vedette. Please don't. Okay, it's a Shadowhawk. I mean, I don't want him to hit the Shadowhawk, but I can survive the Shadowhawk. It's Ripper that I'm desperately worried about. He's got a light engine in there too. And more incoming fire. There's some hits going on here, but nothing horrific just yet. And more fire coming down on us, but surviving. Lovely. We've just got to kill him to kill the primary force, and then we got the reinforcement to handle, and the reinforcement's going to be rough. I'm very not happy that you only rolled an 18 on that. Witness needs to chill. Actually, no, Witness is good. Witness needs to be aggressive. Witness needs to throw himself into the enemy force and hopefully annihilate him with Fire, Fury, and medium-range missiles, which we're now getting into really close range. Come on, do it all on your own, do it all on your own. Not quite, but close. Keep marching. Keep marching. Okay, we gotta get this mech under temperature, otherwise we're gonna die. So VSPL to off entirely, and the medium pulse laser to off, and that'll put us under heat. That should be enough fire. Please don't disappoint me. Okay, I think we did it. Good, the turret's offline. So that's all 4 turrets. We no longer have to worry about that horror. I probably should have focused them down quicker, but I got a little bit rattled by the incoming Black Knight. Oh, no. You dick. He's down to just an ER medium laser now. He's got nothing else. Because all of his ammunition was in that same torso because we had space problems. Hi, I'm gonna beat you over the back with a hatchet. Please die. Okay, you're dead. So he's no longer adding in PPCs to this fight, which I never want to see ever again. But the Black Knight, that Black Knight's gonna be rough. Hi, you're down to a single ER medium laser? You don't say. So let's sprint you off here. I have replacement cannons. I don't have replacement SRM ammo. Well, Artemis SRM. Hey, you hit him. I'm chasing you down now, sucker. You are not getting away. Hetzer. Hetzer was jammed, but is now unjammed. Okay. That's a rather terrifying prospect, the fact that you had it. How are you just like the world's best disco laser light show of unerring infinite accuracy? At least his heat's critical. Ow. Come on, guys, really? I suppose I'm sitting at basically no evasion at the moment. Witness. Witness needs to get involved to support killing a Hetzer, who he probably won't be able to kill. But that's not really the point, I suppose. What's the current accuracy on this? Oh, wait, no, Witness. Witness is not the one that I do that with. That would be the Shadowhawk.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, that's the shot I need. What's the difference? If I moved here, it is a 21. How about if I sprinted and was moderately suicidal? It goes up to 24, which may actually improve with closer distance because it's not. Well, it did. It's a 29. Everything you've got. Kill the Hetzer, please. Okay, we got a hit. Got some more hits. You didn't need to do much. You just needed to do some, and apparently that was a bit beyond you. Continue to come after this fool. Hi. 35. I'm gonna kill you.
Roger that.
With my ER medium laser, I will hunt you down and kill you for what you did. Hetzer! Oh my... Please never do that ever again. You're gonna give me a heart attack. Can you get up to that Black Knight? You can't. No. Can you survive another disco laser light show? No, you can't. Really, I need like 2 turns to get to there. Exodus. Yeah, what I need from you right now is to basically bail him out as best as you can. Yeah, not that. I want a Hetzer, please. What, that was it? Can't click back. There we go. Okay, so got a Hetzer, got a VSPL, got a medium laser. Set this thing to 2 to 3. 3 is good. And we lose 20 if we go to 4. So 3 is good with me. Not firing the medium pulse. Blast everything you got. Please just wipe him out. All I need is a dead thing. Structure exposed, but he's not dead. You're making my life hard here, man. Yeah, I've noticed. And the Vedette moving around, nailing us with more fire, which is just not in my list of things. Oh, shoot, that was a mistake. Shed that. Get moving. Sprint. That's where you're going. Yeah, you're going on unsteady ground, but it's the best I've got at the moment. So the Hetzer's not dead, which is very unfortunate. Black Knight is maneuvering into a position, luckily for us, not being nearly as accurate when he's firing from much greater distances. However, we do have a bit of a problem in that we can't see him at the moment. Please tell me that shut him down. I have no idea, but it's a bit of a problem. We gotta kill this Hetzer. He outguns me. He literally outguns me. Do you know how embarrassing that is? You are outgunned by a stinger.
I hear ya.
Alrighty, if I just lined up and tried to blast this Hetzer, I'd have shoot and scoot. It's really good accuracy, actually, on that MRM. Fire! That was a bit of... Okay, I will admit, I did overreact just a bit. That was not required. But it made me feel better. That's probably a terrible reason why you do things, but it's not necessarily the wrong reason either. I don't see any of you. I cannot move until I can see you. Because if I do, I'm going to get him killed. Alright, let's run up as much as we can. I don't see you. That's a problem. Medium lasers don't... Actually, no, just shut the VSBL off. We know that that's the thing that's cooking us. If I turned off all the medium lasers, can I get a VSBL shot? Can I get a single VSBL shot? I can. Okay, fire your single VSBL shot. Hit him in the head. That did not happen. It just did not happen in any universe. That did not work. On the right side, I can't see you. Hi, buddy! I will run right up to you and say good morning. And miss. Okay, that was unfortunate on several levels. Mainly being that he had not moved, which is unfortunate. And he has medium lasers, and if he really wants to, he can punch me back! Oh, hi. See, he's actually got his model now, which is actually pretty fun. That is the one saving grace going on. Look, he's holding dual guns! Isn't that adorable? He's unsteady and he's lost his evasion. Hi, yes, I can see you. I'm gonna stomp on you, and then the next turn I'm gonna stomp on your friend. You haven't realized it yet, but you're about to be in for a world of hurt. Move up here, over to here. Oh, do I not see him? You know what? I'm not gonna risk it too much. Hello, please die. I need an 83%. I got an 83%. Alright, we are down to just the Black Knight and the Stinger. And then, you know, the base facilities. Losing Ripper's shoulder really kind of sucked. You rolled a 19, he rolled a 14. Okay, we're going to be able to chop this Black Knight into little tiny sashimi pieces. It's going to be beautiful. Let's line up. High up. I did not overheat last round. I feel that's the BattleTech equivalent of I prepared explosive runes. Fire! Here's my own disco laser light show. It's not nearly as effective as yours, but it was only there to distract you. Surprise! Oh! I think we surprised him. I think we surprised him well. Blink. You've been tagged. Alright, Ripper. It's time to continue your glorious struggle. Your one-on-one battle with a Stinger. Hi. That worked. Okay, so he's got 5 health in his back.
What can I do for you?
Can you get a shot onto his back? Is that a thing you can do? No, it's not. Okay, that's unfortunate on several levels. How about could you just see him? That would work too. Okay. It's not going to be great, but I have a lot of missiles. So maybe if I throw enough missiles, something will stick. Hey, we tagged him. 1 missile, 2 missile, 3 missile, 4 missile. Hey, we got a penetrating hit, and we blew off his foot. Oh, you shall lose, sir. And now he's going to punch us, which is honestly a pretty good plan at this point. Oh, the damage. All the damage. This Centurion has just been beat to crap. Oh, by the way, they lit it on fire. I'm not quite sure who lit that on fire. I didn't think it was us. But yeah, you can light forests on fire now. It's rather amusing, actually. I love it. Not that one. I wanted the small military building that was closer to me, because it gave me a better opportunity to hit. That's a large one. That's the small one. Fire away.
I'm reading heavy damage to an enemy structure.
Good job. Witness, continue to stride forward like the beast that you are. As you can see, the forest is on fire. So we want to get out of the forest, of course. I'm not quite sure how this is going to affect my heat problems. Actually, can I just shoot him from here? This would be an absolutely nightmarishly bad attempt to hit, but we could. But more importantly, we're going to rush through the fire. The mech is on fire. Ooh, that's a lot of heat. Let's turn off some medium lasers. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not risk the entire mech. Fire the MRM! I love this MRM. I'm so happy that I went with the decision to go with the single MRM-30 instead of the two SRM-6s. I feel that was the superior choice.
Ready for orders.
Okay, you are going to basically turn around and attempt the greatest Hail Mary that you've ever tried. Single shot? That will cook you, but you have nothing to cook.
Got it.
Just, I love you. I love you so much, man. You blew off his leg with that shot. And he bailed. He did shut down, but that was the Hail Mary we required. That was amazing, man. More credit and power to you. I'm assuming there will be a bonus that will be in your bank account at some point because we're surviving. So that was a show. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do to our now very dented and damaged Centurion, which is a bit of a problem. Do I not see the building that I already just half smashed? Just shoot it. Break it. Break the building entirely. Annihilate it. He's trying. He really is trying.
Waiting on you, Commander.
And now Witness will come around here with his Shadowhawk. And he took his thing under control. He can technically deal 150 damage. I'm just gonna make sure that he kills it. This mech is so chill too. One of the cool things about the RM30, or at least in the version that I built in the previous version, half the heat of the twin SRM6s. Like, it was phenomenal. I was like, wow, I cannot believe this. And it was true. So that makes that Shadowhawk much, much better than originally anticipated. Blink it.
Taking the shot.
You got it! Woo! Did you knock it down? I don't think you did. It's a lot of smoke. Just a lot of smoke. Woo! Got a smoke tornado going on here. Turn your mech back on, please.
Back online.
Ooh, he is a little bit steaming.
Receiving you.
Hammer can, of course, walk up to anything that he wants.
On my way.
He can't axe it like, you know, he's designed to, but he can shoot pretty decent amounts of damage. Yeah, he can knock down a 100 health building in one salvo. Especially with that medium pulse laser. It's dealing addition 45 damage on its own. Once we find another pirate medium, well, of course, we will replace it, and then we need to figure out what we're going to do with all that weight.
Move order received.
We replaced with the tag for the one. Show me that one. Kill it.
Firing on target.
Thank you. Bit by bit. We need to destroy one more building.
I hear ya.
Witness.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Yeah, wipe it out.
Tell me what to
All
do.
of them. See, appears to be just enough MRM ammo. That worked out. Please tell me you can just pick us up here. Thank you. Alright, if nothing else, we're about to get the greatest of laser light show mechs. That was painful in so many ways. First of all, the Centurion is once again dead. I can put his arm back on, but I don't have any more Artemis ammo, so we gotta pull that out. We'll have to see what other missile targeting computers we have, since there's no point in having it if you don't have the Artemis ammo anymore. It used to be. That was an additional 45% cash back, so not terrible. That's not good. Well, that might pay for repairs. We're going to find out. Hatchman, once again, proving he's a killing machine. The Centurion was the only one who actually took a penetrating hit. The Shadowhawk took a head hit? Huh. I did not notice that. Or was that because of the fire? I'm not quite sure, but doesn't show any injuries onto him. Slick Sweet is a defender? Yeah, one injury resistant. Okay. Yeah, not sure what was up with that. But we are alive, more or less. Hi, stuff. What is a Ghost 90? Developed as a complement to the Griffin, so it's not actually Griffin, it just looks like one. In later years of the Jihad, the Ghost is a medium strike. See, the later years of the Jihad is why I think that the current date that they're telling us is a little bit of a lie. But that's okay. I love the variety, so I'm never going to complain about super variety. Were you a lamb? Stinger G was the only mainstream variant of the Stinger to achieve any sort of popularity prior to the clan invasion. So no, he was not. He was just super jumpy. Trebuchet, AC-20, a chainsaw? That'd be fun. I don't have the weight for it. Large X-pulse lasers. Have +1 accuracy, ignore 1 evasion. They generate 50 heat. And shoot for 28 damage at a time. I'm gonna be honest, I think my VSBL might generate less heat than that. Oh, multiple plus missile launchers. That's cool. Oh, they're -1 accuracy. Are you for real? I think I have Irian launchers on the... Yeah, I think I put Irian launchers on the thing. So they are less likely to be intercepted by AMS, but at the end of the day, they're kind of useless. Command console would be a pretty interesting entry. Endo composite, meh. Endo steel, I have a ton of it. I only realized how much endo steel I had one. Exchanger, ++, thank you. Fire control improved as a 10% called shot. Improves the called shot modifier by 10%. Advanced doom grants accuracy bonus of up to 2 that grows with range. Zoom grow range is 180 meters. Thermal vision grants an accuracy bonus for everybody who's over heating threshold +5. Heat threshold, thermal vision every 74 points, blah, blah, blah. Don't need it. Gyro XL, needed one of those. I want to pull out the UL gyro on one of my mechs because I think it's suicidal to have one in there, as I think we demonstrated. Sensors would be nice. Stealth armor, just stealth. Stage 2 stealth system. A whole bunch of different... Why would you put incendiary AC-20 ammo? That just seems to defeat the purpose of taking AC-20 ammo. Somebody had a UAC-5 out here, but I think we have it. Alright, so I've got one more slot for cool things, and I think I know what I'm going to take with it, but I just want to check a little bit more. Just to double check, make sure I'm not missing anything really cool. I think, yeah, I've got one of these already. I'm not taking the fire control improved. I don't think it's quite up to the task of being as cool as I want it. The Ghost have that stealth system, no doubt. But no, the thing that must be taken, because I feel it must be taken, is, of course, the... Do I really want to? What makes the large X-Pulse so good? Because I'm seeing it only shoots 3 times. Alright, attempt Commonwealth, compete with longer ranges standard models. X-Pulse lasers are not a new weapon per se, but an upgraded pulse laser pushes the extra energy through the system in order to... So it's an ER pulse laser, basically. Optimal is 3510, and this is 210, 370. So the optimal range is basically the maximum range of the pulse laser. Okay, I'm no longer quite as enamored with it as I once was. The medium X pulse suffers from a similar problem. It's just a long-range pulse laser, isn't it? How much is the weight? 2 tons. Okay, so that's not terrible, actually. It's the same tonnage, although it's the same damage, the same tonnage, greater range, but that heat. I mean, that heat is really high. Is it compared to a normal pulse laser? But if it's 25 heat each shot, that's ridiculous. I can't handle that. I don't have the capability to do so. Could grab a mech part. There is that option. 1, 2, 3, 4 Kintaro parts. 1, 2, 3 Stinger parts. 3 Trebuchet parts. There's a lot of everything here. How many Ghost parts do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4 Ghost parts. And 4 Black Knight parts. The Black Knight would actually be our first heavy mech parts, which would be tempting to grab, but I don't know how often I'm going to run into Black Knights around here, and maybe I should get cooler weaponry. The snub deals 70 damage. That's cool. Now, granted, that's point-blank range. You've got to be fairly close to make the snub actually work out for you, but that should be pretty cool. Maybe the... No, because I got better fire control systems than that. At least I think I do. Maybe I'm viewing it wrong. Sensor tracker, just +1 accuracy. That would work wonders on the Shadowhawk, and plus it'll be a sensors which we almost never get. Sensors appear to be incredibly rare. Maybe it's not rare anymore, but let's lock that in. We got 2 Black Knight parts, a Ghost part, a Hoplite part, and a Kintaro part, so that's not a terrible spread. We got the chainsaw, and we got the large pulse laser, or the large X pulse laser, so that's great. Also got the Ultra AC-5. I think I got a couple of these anyway, though. No, I don't, so we've got one now. We got the energy targeting system and a heatsink. So the only thing that was useless in here is the heatsink. Everything else was great. So that was a phenomenal pickup. I'm just ecstatic about that one. We do, of course, have some pretty serious repair times, though, now that we've got to kind of worry about. I think we may not be up to the challenge of this planet. And I'm very glad that I decided to take this mission first instead of the 3-skull war criminal, the general mission. Because the general is one of the harder missions, I think, just because of the number of mechs it throws at you, and that was a 3-skull mission. This was a 2.5, and we nearly got wrecked. So I'm not quite positive I should be playing quite at this skull level at the moment. With my current mechs and my current understanding of the latest patch, we will clear out the rest of the lower level missions. By the way, we also have a huge price problem. Yeah, that's going to be expensive. We have a huge problem when it comes to how many C-bills we're currently sucking down in repair work. So you know what? I'm actually going to do this in the bay. I recently modified it and changed it. Was kind of looking forward to use it, but the Hunchback, I can't bring that. I mean, we gave it an autocannon. It's got an AC-20 in its shoulder now, so it's an actual Hunchback again. It's actually more of a turboback because it's got the small laser. I put it on the other arm instead of in the head where it should be, but it'll work out. Do I keep it? Nah, I think we push it just a little bit longer. I've got 5 mechs, though. Do I really need 5 mechs? I feel more comfortable with 5 mechs, but I probably don't need 5 mechs. So let's go to the command center. We've got about 15 minutes, so we can take one of these lower level contracts. Ambush convoy? Oh, no, not without the hatchman. Destroy base at 1.5 skulls? Yeah, maybe not. Take the bait as a straight up battle at 1.5 skulls. Lyran Commonwealth, tracking a mech with pirate heraldry? Yeah, let's go rock and roll and ruin his life. Alrighty, so A-Team is currently on rest and leave. We want the Commando, which is now using the Mr. Shanky model, which I'll be 100% honest, and no disrespect at all intended, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan of just how ugly it looks. And I know that's deliberate because it's a pirate mech and it's supposed to look like a pirate mech, but I'm not a fan. This got basically rebuilt back to exactly what it was. We swapped out the ER larges from the Hunchback into it because the large lasers that it had no longer had an accuracy bonus. Instead, it had trying to remember the name, a range bonus, just a straight up distance increase. And on top of that, it also was operating with just a massive amount of heat, and the ER larges were actually less heat, which, you know, was interesting. Actually, these two are supposed to be swapped. Majestic goes in the Enforcer. As cool as it would be. Doesn't really matter, but hey. So Brother in the Commando, Brother Mr. Shanky, Hacker in his new Hunchback, Bullet Trap in his Centurion, well, Ripper's Centurion, let's keep that properly, and Majestic in the Enforcer, and maybe that'll work out. So we're still trying to quite get our bearings with the new system. There are a couple of new systems that I kind of got to get more used to, like how to actually use the activatable equipment in the proper way. So I believe it's a 1 in 20 chance of the mask exploding or something like that, which is kind of scary. So I've got to figure that out, and it is explained on how you're supposed to do it, and I just didn't pay nearly enough attention because I was so excited and wanted to get this done. So we're taking the bait. Commander, the Lyran Commonwealth is tracking an extremely heavy mech with pirate heraldry. This provocation is almost certainly bait for a trap. We'd like you to spring this trap. Engage the heavy mech, intercept the forces the local pirate organization sends to defend it, and destroy all of them. So 1.5 skulls, a little bit easier hopefully than the last mission. 3 of 13 priority salvage on 173,100 C-bills. So let's drop back down to the planet and say hi. So the B team is now getting to try out the brand new changes. And Brother is up first in Mr. Shanky. And I feel it must be done to show. Like, I get it. I do. And it's interesting. And I love the hat. The hat is very dapper. I absolutely adore this hat. But I don't like the weird, like, goat's head thing on the chest. That's really one of my big problems. I kind of wish it was more like a sword. But hey, like, it's cool. And I love mech diversity in this game. I love just different types of mechs, and porting things over from MechWarriors Online was one of the coolest things about it. But at the end of the day, where did I put this mask? There it is. So it's like a control click on something, or a right click on something. It's somewhere around here. Not quite positive about it.
How's it going?
Not a big deal at the moment. I just would like it to know. We're not going to mess around with it. We're just going to... That really does reduce the sprint range, though. Oh, I should have paid more attention in school, folks. Stay in school. Tech ground. Yeah, I think all of that is already set. Yeah, I'm not going to bother. I want to, but I'm not going to. So we'll set that up. Hacker, you're up next. Hacker is in The Hunchback? Oh, he's got an armored cowl, which gives him additional armor. I thought for a second he's like, wait, happened to your armor? Yeah, he gets 15 additional points of armor for wearing an armored cowl. And I thought that was very cool, so I decided to give it to him. And also because he's a hunchback and he's going to have to walk into range of people. And that's going to be a somewhat scary proposition to actually get there. Bullet Trap. Bullet Trap in the Centurion, which really didn't change all that much. In fact, I don't think it changed at all. It was pretty standard to the way that we had left it. Let's do this indeed. And he's got his improved ER larges. They do more damage. They are less heat. I mean, it was a no-brainer to swap them out. I set the Hunchback up last because I wanted to see if there was any modifications that I could make it to it, just as a very end thing. And yeah, swapping out those ERs was a no-brainer. We're going to come around to here. Okay, we see a crab. So this must be the unidentified mech. This is lovely to find. Tag him. We missed him. We missed him both times. I think he knows we're here. We're only doing 123 damage. That feels just a little bit disappointing compared to, I believe we were doing like 160 something. But yeah, we'll get up there. We'll support. Not attack ground, please. I don't want to bother with that. You can attack the ground in order to... Oh, interesting. Duck! Woo! That was close. Don't do that again. Please, no. And he's not shooting me. So that's good. I'll be able to basically walk up to him and punch him next turn, which will be beautiful. You do not have shoot and scoot, but do I want to move over here to rain on your parade? 22%. But it's not the greatest raining on parades ever. No, I think we got to move forward with the group. Let's keep moving with the tour group. We don't want to get left behind. Because I assume that shortly we're about to receive reinforcements from some direction, and I'd like to keep everybody mostly together to protect them from getting... Yep, there they are. Hi. Thanks for the heads up, Darius. That was super useful, man. We were looking at a cargo truck. That's fine. Bullet trip. Can see the cargo truck? Wow, that's more than a little scary, just what kind of angle they're actually looking at. So the way up is through there, it looks like. So we're just gonna move off in this direction. And it's not worth the pot shot. Brace. 8% chance on a gun run, guys. Just head up the mountain. We got a problem. Brother, let's deal with this in the best way that we know how. Surprise! Poke, poke, poke. Ooh. Ooh. That, yeah. You may want to get that looked at. So he's lost an entire torso. That's lovely. Is he unsteady? Oh, come on. So close. So close and yet so far. Alright, we're going to sprint right up to you and say, Guten Tag. That's German for meet my AC-20. We hit him with it too! Oh, that was beautiful. I wasn't expecting it to hit. I was expecting it to miss, but... Beautiful. In all ways. Run, by the way, guys. That's a Saladin. Run! Run far and wide. Get up onto the mountain. You're gonna punch me again. And miss me again. Do you know why you failed? Because I'm a specially designed melee mech that is not only specially designed by the commander of my unit, putting everything that he could onto it to make it a specially designed melee mech, but also because I was built that way. We're going to keep slowly moving up the mountain. Take a look back. Hi! Yeah, there was like almost no chance that it had any chance of hitting, but it didn't cost me anything, and it makes me feel better. It always feels better when you can return fire. Makes you feel like you're accomplishing something. And if you're not accomplishing something, well, at least you're providing something. Okay, so he's possibly going to zip around and do that. This is going to be an interesting battle. Duck! No, you got hit? No, cargo truck, I suppose. It's not the worst thing in the world. We can move on from that, but can he... Ooh, Hacker moves first. I think he's dead. Now, the Federated, the AC-20 Federated, it's an AC-20 Plus, has a lower chance of jamming. I feel really bad about this. Please hit the light, please hit the light. Thank you. Unsteady. Feels so unfortunate, doesn't it? I'm gonna come around here. His leg's almost gone. Honestly, if I put pressure on it, he'll die. But we'll come over from the other side. Oh, bail out. Come on, you know you want to bail. That's just terrifying, isn't it? I've tagged you now. You've been tagged. Clearly you want to eject, right?
Ready for order.
Bullet Trap, do you want to help me convince this guy to bail out of his mech without killing him?
Aye, aye.
He still has pretty much a full CT. That. Called shot? Offensive push. Yes, yes indeed. Go for the leg. I think he can survive this. And shoot. I was wrong. I was very wrong.
Hostile removed.
Okay, so you got cord. Okay, long range fire. You hit Mr. Shanky. That's not polite. Where'd you hit him? I think you hit an arm or something.
How's it going?
For getting out of here as soon as possible. You do not have shooting scoot, so you can't get to do that. But you can roll up here, and we're just moving bit by bit upwards. 12%. Hey, it's better than nothing. I love it. I just love it. When you can one-shot delete something, it's just beautiful. I mean, it was literally a cargo truck. It's a flatbed. It's... Think of a tow truck. You know, the kind that pulls your car up onto the back of the truck? That's what we shot at. And you'd kind of imagine that a large laser would do something like that to a tow truck. I would like to get you involved in the combat. I don't dare get you involved in the combat, because at the end of the day, you are actually very, very thin-skinned.
Yes.
You are... I love you. You're fantastic. You're adorable. But you are very thin-skinned. It's kind of not worth it. Oh, maybe I should have moved you. Especially with an AC-20 on the way. Should be fine. More missiles. Focusing the Centurion. Interesting strategy. Maybe I was just too close for the clusters to work.
Let's do this.
This mech is not designed to do long-range combat. It never was, and it never will be. It's designed to do one thing, and one thing alone, and that is to walk up to somebody at point-blank range and poke them in the face with an AC-20. Fire! Okay, see, I was told that the Silver Bullet Gauss was a scattergun. Is that no longer the case? I needed to look that up. I did not actually check that when I initially went through to figure out what things were doing. So I need to double check to see what I've done. Because if I've armed you just with a Gauss rifle, then that's great. Gauss rifles are amazing, and I'm very happy to have done that.
Waiting for orders.
You need to wait and reserve. And is that the Saladin moving up? I'm not entirely sure. Does it really matter? Possibly. You can spot for me. You don't have a Beagle probe, unfortunately.
On my way.
But all you need to do is basically identify the enemy, and then we'll do the rest. It's going to be lovely. Majestic. Majestic could take a shot. Is that a direct line of sight? It is. You don't say. A 27? I will take the 27 on the Scorpion. Just double tapped him. No questions asked. Majestic likes this Enforcer a lot. I know we put Exodus in it, but I think it may actually be Majestic's. Just the way that he uses it. Like a surgeon. It's beautiful. 33% chance to hit a Saladin. How am I recoiling? Gunnery 82%, arm mounted -1, height -1, inspired -2. The minuses are good, by the way. So our height plus being inspired plus our weapon accuracy ignores the long range penalty. Our arm mounted ignores the terrain, but the target moved and the target has terrain. We have no sensor lock and no visual lock. So it's a +6. Oh, I could have just read the bottom there. Okay, so blink. The closer you get, eventually, I'm going to break you. Because I have a really good gun for this thing. Stand still. We're good.
Good to go.
Brace. Hide. They have no idea we're here. Saladin is rolling forward. Rolling Thunder Saladin. Reserve again. Hacker.
Receiving you.
The Prime Minister of Britain. For those of you who don't know, go watch a series called Yes, Prime Minister. And it's the one that came before it. Yes, Minister. It is just side-splittingly hilarious, and I adore that series. We're gonna move further up the mountain where it's safe. And lock down. Bullet Trap, do you see anything? No? Does nobody see this guy? Okay, we're gonna move further up the mountain. And we'll come back down when it's safe. Race. Brother.
Bye.
Sprint. Whee! All the speed.
Let's go.
I love it. Oh, I love having a mech that can do that sort of thing. Hey, we can see the cargo truck again. He's once again entered into our sight radius.
Commander.
Majestic, do you have a shot? You do not. You don't have a shot anywhere. Okay, that's fine. Pull back. Be defensive on this one. Enemy forces are to move. Saladin is up front. Lovely. Brother can't move yet, but Hacker.
Good to go.
Hacker can move up and identify the target. Hello, Mr. Saladin. Football. Miss. By 33%, no less. So, not the greatest throw we ever had. Can you see him? Can you get to him? You can't quite get to him. See, this would be the point. We're actually knowing how to activate these things would be very, very useful. And that is my fault. Very, very much my fault. Yeah. Won't worry about it now. Bolt trap. I keep wanting to worry about it. I shouldn't. We have the height advantage. We can put everything on target. Let's give him some chaff. And we hit him with the chaff. Okay, so that should be, cross your fingers, a little bit of a safer thing to approach now. We'll move up Majestic. Maybe Majestic will stun us with amazing feats of accuracy. He did. That's a crit on the IC engine. And a vehicle destroyed. See? Majestic just stunning us with feats of amazing accuracy. It's time to get on the move. Let us rock and roll. Almost all the way forward. We are good. We are happy. We are pleased. We just got to take out this last one, and that'll be a straight up battle one.
Need something, Chief?
I do. I need you to run like it ain't nobody's business. I don't actually know if I can cross that, if that river is too deep for me.
Receiving you.
But there is entirely the chance that he will be the first one to get there.
Let's go.
Yes, indeed. We got to get to a truck. Gotta kill this truck as fast as we can. I wonder what the hoplite looks like. I'm gonna have to look it up on Sarna. It's bugging me because they put it as a king crab, and that's like, well, if you're gonna do a king crab, then you're gonna have to show me something really interesting here.
Roger.
Alright, we get to chill out, get to settle all of our recoil problems.
Receiving you.
Good. Hi, let's go say hello. Back one.
Affirmative.
Hi. Those might be rockets.
Let's see how you handle this.
Okay, he's been target acquired. Bullet trap. I think we may have just gotten right next to rockets, and I think we're about to very, very much regret this. Lock that down. I should have... No, I'm already in the forest. It doesn't matter. Oh, this is going to be painful on several levels.
On the move.
On the move. I think this hunchback might work. I mean, he managed to hit mechs that weren't moving very fast, so there's that working for him. And the autocannon target computer is helpful. Duck! Would you believe that he missed every single one? That was beautiful, darling. Kill him.
Let's do this.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that again.
Reporting.
Alright, so all targets down. That's lovely. A good job done all around by the B team. Very minor damage was the only thing taken. Just a couple of missile launcher shots. So the A team got involved in a fight and lost half of a mech, but the B team gets involved in the fight and just everybody else dies. That commando proving to be fairly useful in just his maneuverability and his nimbleness. 116,800 C-bills, not terrible. And you took a little bit of damage, you took no damage, you took no damage, you took a hit. So not bad at all. May as well grab it. Sucks. I thought he had an XL engine. Ooh, wow, this was a really terrible mission. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing good here. Like, everything's terrible. Nothing is good. What is this life? Wow. So, the crab was the only thing worth getting anything in this fight, which we kind of knew, but that sucks in so many levels. I got the chaff rocket launchers, the medium laser, we missed the large laser, of course. the one other useful thing to have found here, and we don't get it. But then again, the last mission, we had just fantastic payout when it came to salvage. Like, couldn't be better? Well, it could have been better, but not by much. This one, just nothing. Nothing to get. It was all stock stuff. Even that crab didn't have anything special. To be fair, we cut half of it off, which apparently you're not allowed to salvage arms from the battlefield if you tear off the torso. Seems to be a little bit weird, because I think I left most of the mech intact, well, the arm intact. It's just his torso that's been crushed and destroyed. But I suppose that might be a bit of a limit. Ah, well. So, yeah, very much an interesting setup. There are a couple of things that kind of push me off guard as normal, but we're working on it. War activities, stuff happening. 4,000 for the next 1 day. They will be ready to go shortly. Good job, guys. Yeah, the Enforcer and the Hunchback and the Commando all took a hit. They'll be done soon. Oh, let's just get assistance from mass structuring. Oh, so we just lose money. That is a pain. We don't have a whole heck. We have a lot of money, but not a ton of money. Alright, so I don't think I want to get rid of the Hunchback. I think it's doing good work at this moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the A-team. The Hatchetman is still out. Oh, because I didn't sort this properly. So the Hatchetman, I need the Hatchetman if I want to take a higher level mission. And we're starting to run low on them. We're starting to run low on missions that we can take without going to super high levels, unfortunately. As you can see, a lot of these missions are 3 skulls, and there were so many base missions, which is painful, especially 3 skull. Last Mech Standing is... It almost doesn't look like it's worth fighting, because it's a 2 of 9 salvage and 1.3 million sea-bills. It sounds like kind of we want to take it for the cash. That might be the best way to go. The General is also 2 of 9 sea-bills, but this mission is just going to be absurdly hard. Like, this is going to be kicking your teeth because I'm bringing 12 mechs. I don't think we can fight and win that one. Or at least not with the kind of rewards they're currently offering. Garrison duty might be a take because it's a 5 of 21. It's a 1.2 million. It's gonna be a rough fight. You have to be on top of the enemy really quickly, otherwise they're just gonna blow apart the bases. But if we get lucky early on, that would be a fantastic pullout. Logistical breakdown is an ambush convoy, but it's not just any ambush convoy, it's a 3 skull ambush convoy, and that's just a nightmare that nobody wants to get involved with. Sending a message is a 3 skull destroy base, and we already saw what a 2.5 skull destroy base is like. Mopping up, probably a good pickup. It is a 2 skull, it's 1.1 million, we probably take that one for cash. It's against planetary, oh, it's against the Lyrans. So, 2 of 9 is not a huge deal. Hot landing, good one to take for parts. 3 of 13, definitely. Protect the mechs is an escort. It's a 5 of 21. It's paying out $1 million. That's a good. I think we'll take protect the mechs. Who's it against? Local government. Okay. So there's still a couple of missions in here that we can take. They're not 3 skulls, but they're good. But with that in mind, we're probably going to head towards a planet with a slightly lower contract difficulty moving forward, just so we can kind of get more used to what it's supposed to be like, just so we get used to the most recent version, because there's a lot of equipment that got introduced that is just going to be nightmarish. We're talking fastcam. This is an LRM that's going to launch and create a minefield, and now when you walk through that minefield, your legs are going to explode, which is terrifying, and also something that I'm really... Well, I'm tapping my fingers together like an evil supervillain, planning on doing some evil things to my enemies. And we'll probably need to start putting jump jets on things, just to avoid stuff like that. So there are a lot of cool things that I'm looking to get stuck into, but I kind of do want to sort of stabilize the lance a little bit so that we can get a little bit more done safely. But yeah. That'll be the plan moving forward. Anyway, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press the little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.